Hello, let's look in this video these four different charts at four different times. And this is the number one. And if you pay attention over here, the file name is D for date 2025-06-03 Karachi Stock Exchange KSE 100. So that's how I name the files. Okay. On this day, let me maximize right over here. So now you can see what's going on. First of all, let's look at this particular dip. Always follow my mouse right over here. This particular dip over here is when there was a conflict between the two countries, and that is India and Pakistan, in the month of May, around May 7th, 8th, something like that. And then the stock market of Pakistan crashed, dropped. Watch the mouse over here. It dropped from this number to that below. And around this time, there was some kind of calm down between, meaning the fight was almost over between India and Pakistan, and therefore the stock went up right over here. Then when you come over here in this area over here, somewhere in the month of June and July, probably towards the end of June, there was a conflict between Israel and Iran. So in both cases, the impact was on the stock market of Pakistan because their products, when they ship it to different countries, goes through the Suez Canal, and there is always a threat that if they sink one of the ship, millions and millions of dollar worth of goods in the ship can be in the ocean, and will be a loss and things like that. So that's the reason the things do drop when there's a conflict. Having said that, having clarified, so it is clear why these two dips are there right over here. And this chart was on July. Look at the top right over here. Look at the top, July 3rd, 2025, about KSE Karachi Stock Exchange 100, which happens to be the basket or a group of 100 shares of the best companies of Pakistan, was around 130,686. But if you look over here, the same index was 111,326.57 Pakistani rupees, which is right over here. But around at the bottom over here, let's look at a different now. I'm going to discuss that shortly, but let's try to make it a little smaller so we are clear about the left hand picture that you see over here. Now we have the same graph on the right hand side, except it was taken on July 14th, I believe. Let's maximize it. July 14th. There we go. And if you notice over here, on May 9th, watch the mouse, on May 9th, 5 p.m., that is the Pakistani time, the market was closed, and it closed at 107, meaning the KSE, Karachi Stock Exchange 100 index, was at 1,700 and 174.63 rupees that I mentioned over here, indicated here also. If you had purchased this particular stock, which is of course the index, you would have paid close to this amount of money that you see on the left side. Watch the mouse. 136,357 if you had bought on July 14th. That's what I'm saying over here. So on the 9th and July, so it's June, July, within 2 months, I'll watch over here, or maybe whatever time, June, July, 2 months. So it says over here, profit in 2 months, 2 months, right over here. Watch. Pakistani rupees was 29,328 on one share if you had bought on the May 9th. So that is a large amount of money that you're making within 2 months. Let's now move to the third one over here. If you look at the third one over here, the same index. Let's see if I can maximize this also. I'm going to go slow. If you look at this part, the same index if you had bought on this date, which is May 9th, and on August 6th, which is about 3 months, it went up to 145,088.49 rupees. A gain of 38,000 rupees roughly. Watch over here. Profit of 35.38% if you have bought it on that day. And this is over here at the top is a ticker tape. It's called as a ticker tape stock. And this basically deals with the various indexes. One of them is right over here. If you look at it, NITPGI, you will find it somewhere over here, right over here. So this is that index, NBPPGI, which is right over here, its value. So they were all up because there was everything was calmed down. So let's move to the next one. So now we come to the one after over here, which is the date happens to be, where is the date? August 19th. Today is the 20th. Today is the 20th of August. So this is the yesterday's chart for KSE100. Of course, I didn't put any lines and things like that, but it is now 148,196.42 rupees, and it has gone even higher. And now we come to the final. Where is the final? Oh, I can click somewhere over here. There we go. This is today's. The date is, let me maximize it. Date is right over here at the top. August 20th, right over here. Okay, you can hardly see the things. Okay, I hope we can see now. My mouse over here. Look at this plus sign. Okay, now this is the 20th August, and this is the local time, Pakistan 9:28. And after the market is closed, and I'm trying to mention over here how much money you could have made, or your portfolio may have grown up. So remember over here, PSX, Pakistan Stock Exchange. This is the company that is not the government. This is the company, as it says over here, Pakistan Stock Exchange. It is an independent company, has nothing to do with the Pakistan government. So this PSX handles all the transactions, takes care of all the companies that are publicly listed. They are listed in this PSX. Okay, so here we are. Now notice over here, I'm saying most of the things have been clarified already in this video, but look at this part over here. The profit would have been 40.51, 40%, 41% in 3 months, and you would have increased your portfolio by 43,000 rupee, 43,416.37 rupees, Pakistani rupees. If you had bought one share of Karachi Stock Exchange 100 index on May 9th, okay? And it is says right over here. I'm not making it up. It's there. You can look at it. Now, here is what I think is going to happen. Of course, you cannot predict the future, but basically based upon what's going on in the country, which is Pakistan, and if the things are normal, there's no war going on, conflict between any country like Pakistan, India, and whatever, things like that, then chances are extremely high. And I'm saying extremely high. I'm going to read this part over here. I'm right over here. KSE100 could reach PKR 200,000 rupees by Pakistani rupees by May of 2026. This is a very, long range, about 9 months. But my inner feeling is that this would happen by December of this year, meaning in December 2025, if everything is normal. That's very, very important, because if there's a fight that starts with some other country, then all bets are off. Nothing can be guaranteed, okay? Under normal condition, it's going to go to 200,000 rupees. That is a lot of money. The gain, you're doubling your money, 107 to 200,000 rupees. So let's read over here. If you, okay, this is just a recommendation or opinion. If you are not comfortable, because some people, especially with all due respect to old folks, people who are 50 and above, it's very hard for them to change their thinking process. Very hard, because they have already set up their mind. Oh man, this is not. They don't want to kind of spend energy on new item, new things. So here we go. I'm going to read it again. No offense to any old person, but this is, if they spend, they'll be happy. But young generation must definitely do it. I'm right over here. If you are not comfortable with the stock market, then tell your friend about it. Let somebody else benefit from this video. They would benefit from Pakistan stock market. Now here we go. Young generation. I'm saying in red color over here. Young generation. Okay, young. Everybody is young, but let's say if you're anywhere from 20 years of age until 40 years of age, you have a lot of, you're ready to take risk, and risk is all the time, everywhere. You can buy a brand new car, and the moment you drive, somebody hits your car. Whoa, that's a risk, right? So you take risk every day. Why worry about the stock market? So let's come back here. Young generation especially would be excited to jump into it quickly. They can decide much faster. I would urge the young generation to get into the stock market. That's how you get wealthy. Look at this part over here. And that is, you become wealthy by investing in stock market, not otherwise. Well, not otherwise is generally true. If you invest in the stock market, you can be very, very wealthy. Look at the note over here, right over here. You work on the job just to meet your monthly expenses. So if you think by working somewhere in a company or in a store or whatever, you will be, very, very rich, forget it. It doesn't happen that way. Well, some situation, yes, but not all. I'm saying in general, okay? So if you are in the stock market, the stocks of the various companies are 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 managed by, the companies are run by very, 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 very professional people, well educated. They know what's going on in their company. So if you are talking with a shipping company, their CEOs, chief executive officer, or the president knows what's going on because they are very well educated. These people are very, very smart. Each person that works at the top of the company are extremely smart, proven. But that doesn't mean the other people are not smart. They are also. But the people at the top have the authority, has the power to take the company in a direction, in a certain direction. And generally they are right. Most of the time they are right. So stock market, each company is run by very, very professional, smart people. Trust them. Trust them. So with this, I will suggest don't listen to people. People say, oh, stock market is very dangerous. It's very, you lose money, risky, da da da. Keep on saying without knowing what they're talking about. So don't listen to anyone. People do not know that anything about stock market, but they have an ego. They want to prove to you, their friends, they are very, very smart. No, that is totally wrong. So don't listen to the people unless a person has already spent a lot of money and have a lot of experience in the stock market. Trust me, I do have a lot of experience. I've shown you already by various graphs over here of the same index for the last 3 months. You just saw. Rewind the video, you will see it. I'm talking about these guys over here on the left side and things like that. Okay. So if you are, see all this part that you see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, this comes with experience, why it is happening and things like that. So folks, don't listen to the people, listen to the person who knows the stuff. And I have a lot of experience in the stock market. Okay. I'm trying to help you out. I'm gaining nothing out of you. I am not going to be investing in the Pakistan stock market. Why? Because I don't live there. I have been to Pakistan only once in my lifetime. I said once. Oh, that also for 7 days, just for a week. And I met a lot of people, and a lot of people mentioned that they're interested to learn about the stock market of any country, Pakistan especially. Now, remember, the reason I'm able to explain all these things is because the stock market in every country works the same way. It is just like driving a car. If you know how to drive your own car, whether you learn the driving in Pakistan, India, China, Korea, wherever, you can drive in every country. With, of course, there are some rules and regulations that you have to follow. But other than that, the driving situation is the same in every country. The rules are again the same. The same thing goes with the stock market. They all copy each other. They all work the same way. With this, I'm going to stop recording this video. I can go on and on. So I would rather now not make it very, very long video. So folks, always invest in the stock market of Pakistan. And if you are in US, do the same thing. If you are in India, do the same thing. Stop recording. Here we go.